So I'm dating, and what I notice about the place where I'm dating, all of these men are saying they want kids. These niggas acting like they wanted a baby, talking about they want a family, and then switched up when shit got real. And so now,
lies.
As a woman who's dating, a single woman who's dating with no children, I take it as a personal attack when a motherfucker tell me they want to have kids. Men know that a woman having a baby can slow her down. They know it's going to change her self-esteem. She's going to have to build her self-esteem back up. She's going to have to get back used to this new body. She's going to have to get used to following her dreams and also be a mother. Like, men know what pregnancy does to women, and they use it as retaliation. Not a lot of people talk about. Everybody talk about how women use baby to trap men, but men use babies to trap beautiful women, successful women all the time, to humble women all the time.
That's a lie.
That was a good one.
Sounds slow. I'm sorry.
That's the whole thing I've ever heard.
Do y'all think it's a trap? Men nowadays are trapping women.
No.
If these women are so successful, how come they're not smart enough not to get trapped?
Good point.
Well, just because you're book smart doesn't mean you're smart in relationships.
Common sense.
So they're dumb.
That's true.
I'm glad you said it, because if I would have said it, it would have came off different. But I'm glad you said it though.
Like I don't think females understand like I know they don't operate with logic, but it's like they don't understand how much they really need logic in order to really be successful in life, because she leads with how women talk about men them with the babies and all this stuff, but then goes and says, "Oh, I had to leave because the man was doing this and that," and it's like, okay, well, have y'all ever thought like, let the baby go with the man? Like that's still an option. No. And there's a lot of women out here that fight for the man to not have the child, but then want to go and turn around and complain all the damn time. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
I thought the young lady was I was proud of her, what she was saying. I was shocked. I thought she was gonna say some ignorant shit, but she made a lot of sense. I never
She didn't make much sense.
The whole video was ignorant. Why no one should be getting trapped, period, because nobody should be getting pregnant by someone they're not committed or getting married to. It shouldn't be that the whole thing. I mean, you shouldn't be trying to do that. You're both trapping each other at the end of the day if you get pregnant, period.
No, exactly. And it's not like after they have sex, she gets pregnant the next day. No, she has a whole 9 months to make up her mind. From the moment she misses her period, let's say for some reason, maybe she thought the guy used a condom, but he didn't. Even if that's crazy to think about. But I'm going to give a benefit of a doubt. Let's pretend they had sex and she thought the guy used the condom, but he didn't. So she misses her period the first time, and she misses her period the second month again. At that point, any smart person could say, let me go take a pregnancy test, but she has another 7 months to make up that decision whether she wants to keep the baby or not. So for her to say that men are trapping women is kind of stupid, first of all, because you can't be trapped if you don't want to be trapped. And secondly, you could have closed your legs. And thirdly, you could have asked him to marry you before you opened your legs or before you decided to keep a baby for him. So there's no way a man can trap a woman with a baby, but we know all the time women trap men with babies. We know that happens.
Not only that, it's like you are single with no children. Why are you affected by other situations and it's not happening to you?
All right, what she was saying was that she's single, she's smarter than y'all. That's what she's saying. I'm looking at dudes saying, look, because she had the stethoscope on me, so she got a good job or whatever. She's making good money.
That don't mean nothing.
I should go buy one of those too.
Yeah, but what she's saying is I'm looking at dudes different because they're trying to get me pregnant and slow my progress down. She's right. And
that's not what she said.
That's what she was saying.
Them dudes are trying to get her pregnant.
Wait, let me just finish. She was saying that's why she said pretty women. A dude wants to get revenge on a pretty woman. He gets her pregnant to slow her down, to lower her self-esteem. That's what she was saying.
How can a man get a woman pregnant that she don't allow to get her pregnant?
That's what she was saying. She was saying when a guy says, I want a baby, I look at him different, like he's trying to put something on me to bring me down. She was
talking about her, and she was talking about the other women at the same time, right? So she interjected herself, but the premise of her video was talking about how all of these women keep getting trapped by men and putting babies in them.
No, her premise of her video was saying all these men say they want babies by these women, and when they get pregnant and shit gets real, where you gotta pay for stuff and it ain't all cute anymore, y'all leave. We'll help them with the baby.
I don't know one man that's advocating for trying to make babies. I'm gonna go knock her up. That's gonna be my baby mama. I don't know. I don't know one man who's advocating.
Yes.
Are y'all crazy?
Niggas say that on the date. Were not planned. All 4 of them. You didn't want.
No, all 4 of them were not planned. No.
What? Oh, was brilliant.
You have nothing, no dog in this fight. Then
honestly, look, don't even get personal with this.
I'm not married.
The video was bullcrap because she's taking on other people's situations and taking it on as her own to say, oh, now I gotta look at all these men or whatever. But she's not even understanding. Like, females be lying.
But it would be ignorant if she had babies. She doesn't have any babies, so she's smart.
Okay, if she's so smart, how come does that mean other women are not smart? The women who claim men trap them with babies? For all I know, they had 9 months to make up their minds whether they want to keep the baby or not. Because a man has no say if a woman is going to keep a baby or not. If he wants to keep the baby and she doesn't want to, she's going to remove it. If she wants to keep the baby, but he doesn't want to keep the baby, which we know majority of men don't want those babies. Majority of men just want to, clap them cheeks and that's it. But women try to be like, let me have a baby with him. Maybe he will stay with me and then take him to child support. If women really don't like to be single moms, they would have the babies, go to child support and tell the judge, let him have the baby, let him have the kid, I'll pay child support. But every time they ask the judge, let me keep the baby, let him pay me child support. They want to have 100% custody so that the baby daddy can pay them child support.
No. It's still ignorant because she doesn't have babies, and she's talking about females that's complaining about baby daddies not being there.
Wait. So if a man doesn't have 8 STDs, if he's never gotten an STD before, but he's talking about people that have got STDs, does that invalidate his assessment of people that get STDs?
No.
No, but that man should not be going around looking at women like, oh man, I don't ever need to get with a woman because there's so many people that got STDs.
I don't understand.
It's called take a test.
Or don't have sex at all.
So
it's like you trying to shoot yourself in the foot. Like you gonna just not have sex at all and not try to get with somebody else.
Y'all gotta do a mic. We can't hear y'all.
I'm just saying, like, when you want to sit there and be like, okay, you see what's happening in the world. Yes, there's plenty of STDs in a lot of different places. But that should not stop you from wanting to live life just because they got STDs. They got guns over here. They got gangs over here. There's a lot of baby mamas over there. Like that.
But what it should do though is help you make it should make you more cautious about the decisions because you're observing and making an assessment of the landscape. That means that you shouldn't want to live life like everybody else live life. In my opinion, you should want to be a lot more careful with how you live life.
That's what that young lady was saying.
But not live life.
Y'all not seeing the full picture.
You still should be wanting to like marry somebody, not being ready to just look at all these men out here.
She didn't say nothing about marriage is negative. She didn't speak anything about marriage. She said
at all.
I don't know if y'all was watching the video that I watched. Can you play it again, Q?
Yeah.
Please.
That girl, I want to hear it again. She's brilliant.
So I'm dating, and what I notice about the place where I'm dating, all of these men are saying they want kids. And I find it so baffling because there's so many women left alone with babies. There's so many broken homes. And these women are all saying the same things. They're saying that this man wanted the baby, or this man was excited when I got pregnant. And then when the shit started getting real, he started acting funny. He stopped coming home. I had to leave him and all this and that. And he wanted this child. He was excited about this child, and they all can't be lying because everybody's story is very fucking similar. So I find it so baffling how men are telling me, a single woman with no kids, that they want kids so fucking bad. And I feel like that is the same thing that happened to the women that were left with kids. This man with these niggas acting like they wanted a baby, talking about they want a family, and then switched up when she got real. And so now, as a woman who's dating, a single woman who's dating with no children, I take it as a personal attack when a motherfucker tell me they want to have kids with me. Because men know that having a baby, a woman having a baby can slow her down. They know it's going to change her self-esteem. She's going to have to build her self-esteem back up. She's going to have to get back used to this new body. She's going to have to get used to following her dreams and also be a mother. Like, men know what pregnancy does to women, and they use it as retaliation. Not a lot of people talk about, everybody talk about how women use baby to trap men, but men use babies to trap beautiful women, successful women all the time, to humble women all the time.
That's not true, because most of the time men are just trying to get a nut and move on. Men are not trying to have sex and have a baby. They just want to pump 2 pumps and leave and do it again. They're not trying to have sex to have a baby to pay child support for the next 18 years. Come on, man. Even the rich guys, the basketball players who are having babies left and right, I can guarantee you 100%. They don't have sex with women because they want to have a baby with them. They just have sex for the sake of it. Now, they don't use protection for some reason, but they just have sex for the sake of it. Very few men, out of 10 men who have sex, maybe one may try to trap a woman. But even then, it's not like the moment she has sex, then tomorrow she has the baby. She has a whole 9 months to not get trapped. But if she chooses to keep the baby, because like I said before, no man can force a woman to keep a baby if she wants to remove the baby.
Go on, sister.
Hey, look, there's multiple facets with this video, right? There's the objective view that she's talking about all these women that are getting trapped by men. Let's like, can we be real? Like, there's far more women than there are men with multiple baby mamas. Like, that's just a fact. So what that's saying is, like, women are choosing to have babies by a smaller sector of men.
I think you're wrong about that.
He's not.
You can think, but you can go look up the statistics.
They just want to. They just want to fuck.
Like, you would know. Like, you don't have to think. These are actual. I'm not giving you
the men that's approaching her. They trying to bust her down.
It's an actual fact that there's more women that have multiple baby daddies than there are men that have multiple baby mamas. That's just
where can we find that? Where you said we can look the stat up?
Where did you find that stat at? Because
they have the stats on.
Hold on. Let me answer the question.
You're saying it like it's fact, like you looked it up.
Let me answer the question. So I don't sit here and remember all of the places I go to get facts, right? But here's what you can do. Right?
I'll try to look it up.
You can go look. I mean, everybody has AI and Google. Like, it's not that hard to find, right? So the point is, right? Let's be real. This particular young lady is not the most attractive and not the most
simple.
I'm just.
She looked good to me.
I said she's not the most attractive. That doesn't mean she's terribly ugly either. So what I'm saying is, she's getting what she attracts. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all didn't even watch the video. Like, you couldn't.
She said all of the men that she's dating want children.
She said she's dating.
What she's saying that. She's not saying that.
That's not what she said.
What she said. That's the
Here's what she said at the very beginning of the video.
At the very beginning of the video.
At the very beginning of the video.
I got it. That's one mic. Hold on, y'all. One mic. Snow Bunny, go ahead. Start with Snow Bunny. She doesn't really talk that much.
And Drake
I find it interesting.
Yeah.
I told you it can't be Drake.
Oh, that man Drake. That man is not Drake. Go ahead, Snow Bunny.
I find it interesting that she's talking that these men want to have babies and not marriage. What men is she dating that they want babies and not marriage? It should be marriage and then babies. I'm confused.
Yeah, so I just looked it up on my, you can literally just ask ChatGPT. So ChatGPT says, in most populations, a smaller share of men account for larger share of births. So which means which means women have more babies than men, which that implies that you're going to find that one woman may have 3 baby daddies, and then the next woman is going to have the same babies with those same 3 baby daddies. In other words, women share the same small percentage of men, which this guy was just saying, and they're asking, where do you find that stat? You can literally look this up. It's so easy. Usually, one woman may have 5 baby daddies, and then you only find very few men have multiple baby mamas. If a man has multiple baby mamas, that tells you multiple women find him attractive.
But that's the point. When you're dating and you're talking to people, you're getting to know them. So I would see it as she's asking like, okay, they not want kids, and they're like, yeah, I want kids. All of the men are saying that they want kids, not necessarily with her if they're just dating. They're not together.
But she's also saying specifically that we're making baby mamas and baby daddies. Never once is she saying a husband or a wife.
Right. She's talking about the females that she's already spoken to, and they're telling her their story, that they're a baby mama and they have their children and they're not with the daddy. Yeah, but that's pretty much the premise of the whole thing. And she's taking that like, I don't want to be a part of that group, so I got to look at these men that's saying they want kids crazy because I feel like you trying to end what I got going on.
Yeah. So the same men that's approaching her is the same men that approached all the women that she done dealt with.
Look, is there any men that would want to marry this young lady?
No. I think the men trying to bust it down. I think they trying to bust it down.
That's a damn lie, Shampoo. I don't believe the way that young lady.
Yeah, because if there was multiple men trying to marry her, or if she was wife material, I honestly believe there's no single woman walking on this planet who meets men, who interacts with men, who's wifey material, who's not married. I'm going to say that one more time. There's no single woman on this earth who's wifey material and meets men, doesn't just stay in the house all day for all year round. She meets men, goes out, does her thing, and doesn't hate men. I mean, if she's wifey material, she wouldn't hate men. But I'm just saying, there's no woman who's wifey material, meets men, and she stays on the market too long, if we're going to be honest. That's why I've always told you, if you meet a woman who's 30 years or older, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and she's single, ask yourself this question. Men have been approaching her since she was 18 years old. Are you telling me no man thought she was wifey material and you're going to be the first one who thinks she's a good woman? Ask yourself that question.
Talks and present herself.
And Tanya,
I don't believe there's a man on this panel that will want to.
But let's just be honest.
Let me ask a question. I gotta mine this out because I've been listening to y'all for the whole time. All right. First of all, I just want to ask a few questions. What does what she look like or how she's dressed have to do with the conversation that she's having?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I answer that question. When I said she's not attractive, it wasn't necessarily about her looks only. It was about how she presented herself, how she speaks. All of that is a part of attractiveness. So she can look good, right? But then once you start talking, that takes your attractive level down. Depends on how you talk.
She just had
when I was saying she wasn't that attractive, I wasn't only talking about how she looks. I was listening to how she speaks as well.
But I'm still trying to understand, what does that have to do with what she said, though?
Because the first thing she said out of her mouth was she's in the dating pool and all the men that she's dating are only talking about having babies.
No marriage. Yeah.
That's the first thing she said.
No, she didn't. No, it wasn't.
Can you play the video again? Or just the beginning of it? Just so we make sure I'm not tripping.
Say it again.
No. Hold on. Because I mean, we heard it.
Yeah.
But I don't look at her objectively. I don't have a problem with anything that she said.
Me either.
I don't know what the problem is. If she has made an informed decision not to have children out of wedlock, why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's why I was trying to say is multiple things with the video. I just never got to that.
Nah, don't switch up because
I literally said I said it's multiple facets with the video. I just never got to that particular part.
Nah, you weren't gonna never get to it.
Everybody jumps in like you do, and you can never get a full thought out.
You got your full thought out. You wasn't going to say that.
You weren't
going to say that.
There's nothing wrong with what she said, right? I agree. I'm glad she's not out here getting pregnant by all of these men that supposedly want to put babies in, right? Because that's the responsible thing to do. But I mean, she started off the video talking about herself, and then she transitioned into talking about other people. So that's why I said it's multiple facets.
Well, she was. I personally believe that she was right on both fronts. Number one, there are a lot of women that are out here as baby mamas. I'll do videos about them all the time.
I said that.
Because they want to be.
I said that. They disagree with me, but I said that.
So I just looked it up. The statistics that you gave are 100% false.
No,
okay, so what are the statistics?
I got it here because I since you said AI, ask Chat.
So what's the source that you're using?
The answer is about 40% of U.S.
No, hold on. What's the source first? Because that's the question you asked me.
Which is
ChatGPT gives you sources. They give you sources.
No, come on.
Wait a minute, Brandon. You can't be grilling her about.
No, she's looking at it. They asked me the question, and I wasn't looking at it. She's looking at it right now.
ChatGPT gives you the source. I will tell you, it came from census.gov. Okay. So 40% of U.S. births each year are to unmarried women, and men is exactly the same. And this is before marriage. Hold up, let me finish.
No, I'm asking you to say it again. I didn't hear the first part.
40% of U.S. births each year are to unmarried women and also unmarried men. It also says roughly half of women's first births are before marriage. Most single people likely to be a custodial single parent even when the child was born out of wedlock. A noticeable share of men have children with more than one partner compared to women, and some non-resident fathers are underreported in surveys. That is from census.gov. It says that men have more children out of wedlock or have more baby mothers than women.
The problem with that is that it doesn't say the percentage of men that have children. So,
no, but it said it's noticeably more.
No. It's basically more, correct. But that doesn't mean the percentage of men that are doing it is higher than women. I'll give you an example.
So meaning you know how we have Nick Cannon and the Futures of this World and Zion Wilson, you know that the basketball player, and then the other guy who plays for oh my God, I forget. Minnesota, I forget the guy. All those basketball players who have like 1,000 kids every single year, and then there's Stephon Diggs also for the Patriots. You know how they all have multiple baby mamas? They have like 3 women pregnant in a year. It's crazy. So I think that it's all about there's a very few percentage of men, but they have all these baby mamas. They have so many of them, but that doesn't mean there's a big percentage of men doing it. It's usually a small percentage because it takes money. You know, you're either going to have money or you're going to be a bad boy to have multiple baby mamas because clearly women like something about you.
Example, if the people that are having children out of wedlock, because it could still be a small percentage of men having the majority of the babies with the women that are unmarried having children out of wedlock. Most men overwhelmingly do not have children out of wedlock. So if the percentage of men that's having children out of wedlock with these women are also the same men that's having other children with other women. It's still the same pool of men.
Yeah, we had looked up that that statistic in one of the other podcasts, but the way we looked it up was the percentage of married men compared to the married women, and you seen that it was a astronomical number compared to women
so I'm less
that
likely,
are actually married.
I'm less likely to go out and have a child out of wedlock, basically is what it's saying. And a guy that has a child out of wedlock is more than likely going to have another baby. Yes. But it doesn't change the fact that women that are single mothers are multiplying exponentially and having sex with the same men that's having mamas.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
That's true. That's true, because women are out here saying if a man is 35 or 40 years old and you have no kids, you are a red flag. I literally played that in the first segment of this live stream. If you guys started the live stream with me, women are saying if a man is 35 and older and he has no kids, he hasn't created a single mother out here, he's a red flag, because apparently no woman wants to carry your baby. Instead of thinking about it in the sense of, okay, this man has been, focusing on himself. He has chosen not to have a baby until he gets married. He has chosen not to create a single parent household. He has chosen not to create a broken family. Women are saying, if you're a man 35 and older with no kids, you're a red flag, because some woman should have tried to trap you. Some woman should have tried to have a baby with you. That means no woman wants you. Like their logic is crazy.
It makes sense to that young lady.
So I'll give you an example. Let's use real life. I'm less likely to have a child out of wedlock, and Sterling is more likely to have more children by women that he's not married to. And that's not a shot at Sterling. I'm using that as an example to illustrate a point.
Yeah, because he told us, what he has 4 children. Anton has 1. He has 4 by 2 different women. Mm-hmm. You see how this is already panning out right here? It's married men. Yeah. There's more married men that have way less children and are not going to have baby mamas than there are single men that have all the children and they have more baby mamas.
Yeah, and then if a woman finds out, so a woman would literally choose a man who has multiple kids by multiple women, because she's trying to find out if women were willing to carry your babies and multiple women were trying to carry your babies, that means there's something about this guy, rather than choose a guy who has never created a single mom. I know, guys, the logic doesn't make sense. You would think they would choose a man who doesn't have kids. But for some reason, to them, they believe a man who has multiple kids with multiple women, that he has something about him, something sexy that women love, that they just carry his babies around. Crazy logic. But hey, listen, you got to blame God. You can't blame me, man. I didn't create the rules.